Tragic night in the Ocala National Forest. Tragedy struck one fateful night in 2018 in the tranquil expanse of the Ocala National Forest in Florida. Bradley Veach, a vibrant 30-year-old, had ventured into the wilderness with friends for a camping excursion near the remote enclave of Alexander Springs. Under the starry night sky, Bradley Veach and his friends set up their tents, looking forward to a peaceful evening surrounded by nature. However, their plans took a tragic turn when a black bear approached their campsite, possibly attracted by food smells or simply out of curiosity. As Veach slept peacefully in his tent, the tranquility of the forest was shattered by his sudden screams as the bear attacked him. Awakened by the commotion, his friends rushed to help, but they were met with a horrifying sight: Veach being mauled by the bear. In a desperate attempt to save their friend, they shouted and threw objects at the bear, but their efforts were in vain. Despite their bravery, the bear's ferocious assault proved fatal for Veach. Emergency services were called, and Veach was airlifted to a nearby hospital, but his injuries were too severe, and he tragically passed away. His death deeply affected his community and served as a stark reminder of the dangers of wildlife encounters in the wilderness. Authorities issued warnings about bear safety in the area following the incident, highlighting the risks that come with exploring untamed landscapes. Trails of tragedy. During the calm of an early spring evening in 2010, the serene landscape of Chignik Lake, Alaska, became the backdrop for a narrative that would resonate with the raw force of nature's unpredictability. Candace Berner, a spirited 32-year-old special education teacher who had sought adventure and purpose in the Alaskan wilderness, laced up her running shoes for a journey on a remote road. Little did she know, this run would etch her name into the annals of the rare human encounters with wild wolves that ended in tragedy. Candace had embraced Alaska, moving from Pennsylvania with a heart full of dreams and a desire to explore the vast, untamed beauty of one of the last frontiers. Her run that day took her through the kind of wilderness most only see in documentaries, where the silence is profound, broken only by the whisper of the wind through the trees and the occasional call of the wild. It was here, in this secluded expanse, that she found herself in the midst of a dire situation, a confrontation with nature at its most primal. The details of the encounter remain as haunting as they are rare. A pack of wolves, creatures revered and feared, found in Candace an unforeseen intrusion. The attack was predatory, a behavior seldom documented in the annals of wolf encounters with humans. The Alaska State Troopers, tasked with piecing together the events, found evidence of the involvement of at least 2 wolves through meticulous analysis of the tracks and the chaotic scene that unfolded on that lonely road. The shockwave of this incident reverberated far beyond the confines of Chignik Lake, stirring conversations on wildlife conservation, the safety of outdoor activities in regions cohabited by large predators, and the delicate balance of human and wildlife coexistence. The rarity of such an event brought to light the profound respect and caution necessary when entering these wild habitats, a reminder of the unpredictable nature of these encounters. In the aftermath, the community and those who knew Candace grappled with a profound loss. She was remembered not just for the tragic circumstances of her passing, but for her vibrant spirit and passion for the Alaskan wilderness. Her story became a catalyst for increased awareness and precautionary measures among those who tread the paths and trails of North America's vast wilderness areas. Lost in the wild. In the remote wilderness of northern Saskatchewan, Canada, where the vast expanse of the boreal forest meets the rugged, untamed beauty of the Canadian Shield, a tragedy unfolded that would leave an indelible mark on the community and spark a nationwide conversation about the interaction between humans and wildlife. This is the story of Kenton Carnegie, a 22-year-old student whose passion for nature and adventure brought him to a mining camp near Point's North Landing for an internship, an experience he hoped would deepen his understanding of the natural world. It was November 2005, and the mining camp, a temporary home for workers and visitors alike, nestled amidst the dense, snow-covered pine forests, had become a site of increased wolf activity. The wolves, majestic yet formidable predators, had grown accustomed to the presence of humans, lured by the improperly stored food and garbage scattered around the campsite. This habituation had emboldened the wolves, eroding their natural wariness of humans and setting the stage for an unprecedented tragedy. On the afternoon of November 8, Kenton decided to venture into the woods for a walk, a journey into the wilderness he had made several times before. With the crisp, cold air filling his lungs and the crunch of snow beneath his feet, he felt a deep sense of connection to the land. Unbeknownst to him, this connection, this quest for closeness with nature, would lead him into the path of danger. As the hours passed and the sun began to set, casting long shadows over the snow, Kenton did not return to the camp. Concern quickly spread among the camp's inhabitants, and a search party was organized. The searchers, equipped with flashlights and hope, ventured into the night, calling out for Kenton, but the forest remained silent. The silence broke the next morning when the search party discovered a scene that would haunt them for years to come. Kenton's remains were found, a stark and somber testament to the brutal reality of the wild. The evidence pointed to an attack by wolves, a pack that had lost its fear of humans, leading to a tragic encounter. The loss of Kenton Carnegie shook the community and the nation, prompting a revaluation of how humans interact with wildlife. It highlighted the delicate balance between our desire to explore and connect with nature and the imperative to respect the wildness of wildlife. Kenton's story, while heartbreaking, serves as a powerful narrative about the complexities of human-wildlife interaction, the unpredictable nature of wild animals, and the profound impact our actions can have on the natural world. It reminds us of the respect and caution we must exercise when venturing into the wilderness, a tribute to a young man whose life was cut short in the pursuit of adventure and understanding. The dark side of adventure. The year 2009 brought an unforgettable day to 83-year-old seasoned hunter Orville Sanders in the sprawling Topo National Forest. He was about to face a dire situation that would not only test his survival instincts, but also stand as a testament to the wild's unpredictability and the enduring resilience of the human spirit. Here unfolds his story, echoing the lessons learned from a life closely intertwined with the natural world. Orville's adventure began with a simple yet earnest request from his friends, who longed to experience their first bear hunt. Knowing the value of experience and the right tools, Orville enlisted the help of his trusted Plott and Walker hounds. The moment the dogs caught a scent and dashed off, Orville knew they were onto something significant, something big. After a 30-minute chase through the dense forest, they stumbled upon a remarkable sight under a towering pin oak. 3 bears, with the hounds barking furiously at their base. Years of hunting had taken a toll on Orville's knees, prompting him to seek a brief respite. He found what he thought was a safe spot, an old deer trail a good distance from the tree. Meanwhile, the hunt intensified as one of his friends managed to land a shot on one of the bears. Another shot followed, and in an unexpected turn, the wounded bear leaped from its perch, charging not at the shooters but directly towards Orville. The moments that followed seemed to stretch and compress at the same time. Orville attempted to rise, but the bear was upon him in an instant, towering 6 feet tall on its hind legs. Instinctively, Orville raised his arms to shield his face, a futile gesture against the bear's impending attack. The bear's teeth and claws found their mark, latching onto Orville's arms with ferocious strength. Then, a gunshot pierced the chaos, a precise, life-saving shot from Orville's friend Charlie, who had managed to hit the bear in the head. What happened next was a whirlwind of pain and panic. Orville vividly remembers the sight of his own blood staining the floor of his friend's truck as they raced towards help, flouting all speed limits to reach the nearest Forest Service station. The urgency of the situation escalated, culminating in a helicopter evacuation, with Orville drifting in and out of consciousness, his life hanging by a thread. Awakening 2 days later in the sterile environment of the Sutter-Roseville Medical Center, Orville was confronted with the gravity of his ordeal. The doctors informed him of the narrow margin by which he had escaped death, having lost 4 pints of blood. The bear, a formidable creature weighing nearly 300 pounds, had inflicted severe injuries, breaking Orville's left arm in 4 places. Despite undergoing therapy, the encounter left him with a partially paralyzed left thumb and intermittent, piercing pain, a constant reminder of the bear's raw power.